Yo!
Place it.
Let's go surfing in the USA. Things and Dirt is here. Whitechapel, The Saw is the Law, off of their new album entitled Our Endless War, coming out April 29th,
Yep.
2014, Metal Blade Records. This is what? Their fifth album? Sixth album? What is it?
This is what, their fifth album.
Yes.
What?
So, we're here to talk about this. We're a little bit late on this. It released Tuesday, I think, and it's Saturday, but better late than never at all. Tuesday.
Couple
Speak.
days late, it's on Tuesday.
Speak, fool.
Hey. Yeah, I've got the official report right here. And the word is that, I don't know. I just wasn't feeling this. To start off, I don't want to be one of those guys, but I guess I am. Technically, I have to kind of accept it. I miss the older Whitechapel. And that's not saying the new Whitechapel sucks. It's just I miss some of the things that they used to put into their older songs just for old time's sake. And they aren't exactly the same band, I guess. So if you haven't been around since like 2011, or 2010, you're in for a surprise. But the vocals, old Bozy, yeah, Phil Bozeman. His highs have gotten a lot better. It feels like they're a lot more structured and like compact, I guess you could say, rather than kind of this. The first day you start performing high vocals, they sound all raspy and not entirely together. I feel like he's gotten that down a bit more. They still don't sound as powerful as his other range, but that's the thing, he does have a range. You heard it here, he has a range. But his highs are a lot better nowadays. But there's something, just me, I feel like there's some weird effect on the vocals where sometimes he just sounds very quiet, or it's some type of distortion on it. I'm not sure if it's production or some effect that he wanted on the vocals, or someone was like, yeah, you gotta put that there. It's just the overall way it was done. I just feel like some kind of weird distortion where I feel like the vocals used to sound a lot more clean and clear and everything like that. And there's just something about that. But otherwise, I mean, he sounds basically the same as he did on, not basically the same. He sounds pretty much like self-titled. The guitars and everything, all that. The main riff that comes in, it is groovy and everything, but I feel like it's just, I don't know, it's not my bag, I guess. Some people may like it and everything, like, yeah, it's just catchy, and yeah, it is. It's just, me personally, I mean, music is all subjective, but me personally, I'm just kind of like, yeah, I mean, there's that. It's not like a highlight or anything, it's just kind of there. When it picks up, if the song first starts going faster and everything, the drums kick in, and the drums are still crazy and talented, but that's about the best I can say about them. They're still very good drummer, old Benny Ben, and good drums and everything. I don't feel like I could say it any better. He's still all over the place and everything, and he's very talented and everything. And back to the guitars. When it picks up, it sounds like something off of the self-titled. It doesn't sound exactly like brand new. Basically, the thing that sounded brand new off of this song was the main, groovy riff and everything. That kind of sounded to me like the one thing that was like, okay, this is a new song, that's what I'm going to remember the song by. But that's kind of the bit of a downside for it. I feel like I don't want to remember the song just for that. I feel like there should be some other part in the song that I want to remember the song for. That's the song where this happens, not the song where it's this, okay, kind of catchy riff thing. And yeah, back 2 years ago when Whitechapel released I Dementia and what was on Section 8, they released that like a while before. That was on the EP or whatever. But back when they released a song or two from, they also released, was the second track?
Hate
Yeah, that too. I wasn't exactly sold on those songs, but I feel like I'm less sold on this. I feel like I'm not going the max amount of I'm going to be on the songs, maybe 70%. Where I eventually I actually got into Hate Creation. I thought that was a pretty cool song, but it took a while. With this, I feel like there's not much of a buying point because around this time, I guess in my life, where I've listened to metal a decent amount, I kind of feel like I kind of know what I like and I kind of know what I don't like. And yeah, some things can grow on me, but I feel like this song may not grow to be 100%, like I said. Maybe somewhere around 70%, where I can maybe one day be like, hey, okay, that sticks in my head. I might want to listen to this song, but, I'm sure there are going to be better songs on the album. But, yeah, I feel like it just kind of lacked that big moment, that highlight of it. And the one thing about the solo, I'm just not a fan of Whitechapel's solos, I guess. It's just a bunch of crap to me. I mean, not crap. Yeah, I can't play that. And, kudos to him. He's, they're all talented guys. I think that should go without saying it. But I just feel like when you write a solo, you want it to be... I mean, look at Ryan Knight. He's in a death metal band. He writes these awesome solos that just kind of slow down or they're fast and everything. Not everyone's Ryan Knight. I don't think anyone's Ryan Knight. Or even, just you write a good solo. You write, a solo that's like, all right, yeah, not just like as quick as possible and as erratic and like a fox chasing a rabbit and then the rabbit runs down its hole and just like that, it's over. And that's kind of what I feel like. There's no, much to it. It's just kind of not a lot of meat on the bones. But overall, the production's pretty much the same as self-titled. It has the same feeling as the self-titled. It didn't exactly... It's not... I feel like it's more like the self-titled. There's not a change where you go from New Era to the self-titled where it's that kind of a leap. I feel like it's around the same area, but they're just exploring this for a little while. Or at least for this album. But, like I said, I don't want to be one of those guys that's like, yeah, bring back the old Whitechapel. I'm not, so far on that wing of things. But I do miss some of the things they used to do in their songs, or older songs, like Reprogrammed to Hate, where after Chino comes in and Phil does that, amazing low, and they have these, like, choppy, really chunky, just good riffs, and these, I'm not sure what you call them, but when guitarists do that, like, dino thing or whatever, yeah, they may do it, but it just doesn't feel, you know what I'm talking about? But
yeah,
it doesn't,
the harmonic.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel...
Oh, God damn it. Apologize.
It just doesn't feel the same. Yeah, it's a new feeling and everything. It's just, it's not entirely my bag. Not to say that it's bad. I encourage everyone to listen to the song and come up with their own opinion, because like I said in the last video that we did, I'm a stupid ass. And, my opinion, I don't speak for everyone. I don't speak for the song. I mean, I'm an idiot. But you listen to the song yourself, come up with your opinion. But ultimately, I feel if you're one of those guys that's kind of like, oh, well, Smack Defilement is the greatest album of all time. Not the reproduced one, but the old one with the crappy production and everything. Yeah, I mean, you're going to hate this. But if you're into the self-titled and you don't like old Whitechapel, I mean, this is your thing. But for me, I'm kind of middle of the road. I like New Era Corruption and their second album, and I do like the Smack Defilement. But I like the self-titled too. It's just, I don't know, I'm not entirely feeling it. Maybe I have to listen to more of it, more of the album, but it's just I'm not sold on it. There's no part where I'm like, yeah. And the only thing that's going to stick into my head is the groovy riff. And that to me is just kind of something that I don't want it to stick in my head. But, it's just kind of whatever. I mean, I haven't listened to this band actively in a while. I'll probably go home and listen to some New Era and enjoy that. And, miss the old days. But I accept the band for what they're doing now, and yeah, they're guys that work hard, and they're all talented. Like I said, it's just some little things I'm picky. I know what I like, I know what I don't like, but it's just new Whitechapel kind of follows the same path as the self-titled. So I mean, yeah, what else can you expect? You stupid.
I do.
Go ahead. I thought of something else that I wanted to say, but I already said it. Go ahead.
Go away.
Go ahead.
I'll say this. I like this song. However, it's definitely not the best thing that this band has done. It's not the greatest thing I've ever heard. Whatever. The opening riff I enjoy it. I mean, people say it's genty. It sucks. It's this. It's that. It's just a nice fucking riff. I mean, it's whatever. I mean, not everything you hear has to be the most absolutely off the walls original shit in the world. It's just one of those things where it's this is one of those songs that you hear and you're like, I like that song, but it's not the greatest thing. I know this band's done way better than this, and that's how I feel about that. I look at the new Trivium album. I like a lot of songs off of there, but is it the best thing that band has done? Absolutely fucking not. I feel it's the same exact thing with this. But I do agree with Sam that I feel that there's not that moment where you're just like, yes, that defines this song, and that's what makes this song great. That's what makes me want to keep listening to this. I listened to this song the first few times and I like it, but honestly, after I listened to it, I kind of forgot about it. I was like, oh yeah, Whitechapel has a new song out. It's that song. The Saw is the Law. And I feel, it starts off with the opening riff, and I'm like, yeah, this is pretty rocking. I like the little bit of the groove that's going on. I just like the overall beat of everything, and it was cool. And then it comes in, and Phil Bozeman does the "Let me scream a line," and then we'll go to a fucking breakdown. I'm like, oh my god, that's amazing. Not really, because I've heard that a million times. And I felt the ending of the song was just another one of those unnecessary endings. I don't know why. It's like these deathcore bands that always have done this, just cannot get it out of their system. That does not make the song better by adding this extra breakdown with this bend or just overall heavy, brutal breakdown. It doesn't really make the song that much better. So I didn't really like the ending. I did like Phil Bozeman's vocals, though. I mean, it's probably the best part of this song. I just like how it just seemed like every single line was different and it was sung differently. Scott Lewis should take note of that. So that was pretty cool. I mean, overall, vocally, it's a pretty good song. Is it the greatest thing that Phil Bozeman has ever done? No. But is it cool? Sure. So, I mean, I'm not going to keep going on and on, because Sam said a lot of what I said. I mean, I have a feeling that this album's going to be, another Whitechapel album in the vein of the self-titled, where I'll more so just want to listen to the older stuff, and I probably will. But I don't know. It's whatever. So yeah. I mean, this is a good song. It has a pretty, not that bad, pretty cool opening riff. And Phil Bozeman's vocals are pretty rad. Because, I mean, Phil Bozeman's a great vocalist. He's one of my favorite vocalists. And he always seems to do different things and improve himself and stuff like that. And I feel that that's what happened here. I think one thing, though, is I feel that, you know, you listen to This Is Exile or A New Era Corruption, and those albums sounded very raw. They didn't have the best production. It had a good production, but it wasn't like the cleanest thing. Then you got to the self-titled, and the production was very, very clean. And I feel that that kind of hurts a band like this that really thrived off of something that is just absolutely raw and outright heavy. And I feel that they would actually scale the production down a little bit, not make it as clean. It would make this a little bit better. But yeah, I mean, that's about all I'd say. I do agree with the solo. I've never been like, oh yeah, Whitechapel solos, they're so awesome. They've always kind of been there. But I agree with this. I felt like this solo has been written by Whitechapel a couple times already. It just had that same feeling, like, like, it comes in with a lot of tremolo picking and all that stuff, and they've done that a couple of times in a couple of different songs. I'm just like, I don't know how I really like that, but I mean, it's whatever. The album art for this album is pretty rad, though. I do like that. Any last thoughts?
It feels kind of Meshuggah Deftones inspired a bit. Like with the groove and everything, and old Deftones. But it feels inspired by some bands. So I can see the change in sound and everything, and kind of the direction that they're going, because I feel that direction's a bit inspired and what they're into, I think, musically. And it's definitely, I would cut it off from the self-titled and this being new Whitechapel compared to old Whitechapel. I would say there is new and old, because even the guitar sound of everything, and it has a different feel. I would say this is definitely still new Whitechapel. It can't be old Whitechapel because it's new. But yeah. It just has a different sound, and you know, still going the same path. And it's not bad. It's just, I mean, I don't know. It just didn't stick out to me too much, you know.
Keep an eye out for our review when this comes out towards the end of April, because we will definitely have a lot to say about this album. And make sure you subscribe, watch, all that stuff.
You go listen to the song too. I mean,
Yes.
listen for yourself. And
Link will be in the D box, bro. Make
he's
sure
not
you
gonna
check
be with
out
Zelda.
what?
He's not going to be with Zelda.
Nope.
They got it.